Hey y'all, and welcome back to our channel. This is recording number 2 for us, and as you can see, Bishop is staring at me right now. It's pretty funny. I
the stare down.
think he loves me. He just woke up. But so today we really just wanted to let you know our love story and how it all went down from the beginning. We've been together a little over a year now, and we're in the process of getting married. Don't think Gabby has a ring right now.
My ring on.
But it's okay. But yeah, we are engaged and we're looking forward to being married and starting or continuing our lives together.
Yeah.
But Gabby's gonna just go over how we met. So how'd it go, babe?
Really?
Yeah. I tricked her.
Okay, so Nathan stalked me on the internet. No, I'm just kidding. So we both were like,
we're both doing the whole online dating thing.
yeah.
And we came across each other's profile, and I would have to say I was the one who initiated the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty funny because most of the time everyone wants to impress the other person or like just spoil them for the first date to try to make a great impression and just be who they really aren't. But when I asked Gabby out, I asked her to IHOP.
And I found that so funny because I'm not from Austin, but Nathan is. And so most people, like Austinites, want to bring you to like these hole-in-the-wall places that like are only Austin people know about, and or like these, just some place that you'd be like, oh my god, this is so cool, you know? And IHOP was our first date, and I thought that was awesome because I love IHOP. And he wasn't trying to like do too much. Like, I mean, we don't know each other, so why spend like crazy amounts of money on someone you don't know? And it kind of like made the whole first date so much more like relaxed, and yeah.
Yeah, so it ended up being a pretty good date. From my understanding, Gabby didn't really think that I was going to ever call her back after the first date. But I had a really good time, and we went out. I think, what was our next date? I took her to a scary movie.
Yes.
And if any of my friends are watching this, y'all all know I don't watch scary movies, so
Neither do I.
that was pretty tough on me, and it ended up being probably one of the worst decisions because I think we both had nightmares that night.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a fun experience. It was the one and only scary movie we watched together.
Yeah, and don't plan on doing that again. But it was fun, and it just, I don't know, one of the things that we had in common is we both don't like scary movies, and so we experienced that together, and it was just fun laughing at each other. And you know, you can't really do much in a movie theater because you have to be quiet, so we didn't really get to talk as much. But it was a nice second date.
Yeah. And so, was it the third day we went bowling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so all of our first, second, and third date probably happened within like a couple weeks, like maybe
I think 3 weeks.
like 3 weeks. We kind of like started, I mean, just hanging out. But yeah, we went bowling for our third date, and we were able to like sit down and talk first. So we sat down and we talked. I don't even remember what we talked about, but just kind of getting to know each other more, and that was fun. And then we bowled, and I believe I won.
Yeah, she won every single game.
And so
yeah, so, it was a little after that. we started spending more time together.
We both were in school at the time.
Yeah.
So we both worked full time. So we were working full time and then going to school. I only went twice a week, and then I don't really know what his schedule was. I don't think I ever really asked, but it was always after work. So we would have to like try to find time, you know, to like go out or do stuff. So most of the time he would just come hang out at the house, and we just, you know, started getting to know each other a little bit more, and we would talk and text, you know, during the day. And then one day, I'm trying to remember, I think I was like getting off of work or I was heading home. I remember I was in my car and he texted me to ask me if I wanted to be his girlfriend, which...
It's kind of lame because who texts somebody to ask them to be their girlfriend? But for me, I've always been really shy, and I get really nervous when I ask big questions like that in front of people. So yeah, I just ended up texting her and asking her to be my girlfriend. And yeah, we just continued dating for a while. Just did the whole, you know, the normal couple routine, getting to know each other better, learning what we wanted out of life, getting to know each other's goals.
And then, sorry. And then Nathan met my two older kids. I have a 9-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter. And he met them. I was taking them to the park one day. And so I asked him if he wanted to come with us. And I know, like, most people are like, you know, you introduce them to your kids and y'all had only just started dating, but I feel like it's like when you know what I mean? Like he just was, I mean, he was doing everything right, and I don't want to seem like
cliche.
Right, but everything just kind of worked. And I mean, he met the kids and they fell in love with him, and he fell in love with them, and it just started working, and we grew as a family. And then maybe like 2 months in, we found out that we were having Bishop, and it was
scary.
Yeah.
Oh, we were scared to tell our parents. Gabbi tricked me into telling her mom. It was a pretty funny story because they were having a little crawfish boil, and Gabbi walks up to her mom and said, "Hey mom, Nathan has a question for you," and totally walked off. So I ended up having to tell her mom right there, "Oh hey, we're expecting a baby." We weren't really sure if it was going to be a boy or a girl at the time, but I just let her know, and that was probably the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever had to do in my life.
But I feel like I'm super scared of my mom, and she's the best person in the world, but like telling her stuff like that, and I'm 27 and I'm still just nervous to tell her stuff. Like, it's scary, but she took it well. She told Nathan that he couldn't go anywhere, but she took it really well. And then I believe we told your parents before, Mama. Yeah, so we were at Taco Bell one day, and we decided to I bet Nathan that he wouldn't text his dad, and he did. And I think your dad guessed it because he was like, "Guess what?" or something. I don't remember 100%, but his mom and his dad were so excited. Bishop is their first grandchild, so they were so excited. And yeah, that's basically what happened. 9 months later, we had Bishop, and we got engaged in January.
You want to tell them how that happened?
Or July. Was it July?
It was July.
July. We got engaged in July, and so I mean, he couldn't have picked the worst and best day to ask me to marry him, because that day was the worst day for me at work. I was so frustrated. I don't remember what was going on, but I had the worst day at work. And at the time we were carpooling, so he would pick me up from work because he would get off before me, and then we would drive back to my house. And where were we going? Oh, he asked me if we can stop by Randall's, which is a local grocery store. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like I was just ready to go home, and I was being such a butt, like completely rude to him, because I was just aggravated. I was just ready to get home and be done with the day. And so he goes in the store, comes back, and then he's like, okay, can you take me one more place? And I'm like, are you kidding me? And so he was like, can we go to the park? And I'm like, the park? And we didn't have the kids with us, so I'm like, the park? Like, what? So we go to the park, and he told me to get out the car. So we get out the car, and we go walk to the place that we did our gender reveal. We walk to the little field, and then he points to like this little thing in the ground and told me to look there. So I looked, and then like, what? And so then you know, when I look back at him, he got on his knee and he proposed, and I cried like a baby because I'm already pregnant, so super emotional, and just like, I don't know, it was super overwhelming, because it just made me realize how much of a butt I was being. Like, I really took all my frustration from at work and I took it out on him, and I shouldn't have. But anyways, it ended up being one of the worst days. It ended up being one of the best days, even though it didn't start out that way.
It was pretty cute to see, just because you could see the frustration in her face. And honestly, at that time, I didn't know when I was going to propose to her, but it honestly felt like it was the perfect time, just because she had such a terrible day. And it probably been one of the worst days that she had since I've been with her. So I thought, how else to make her day better than by asking her to be my wife? So all in all, it felt pretty amazing to me that not only could I ask her to be my wife, but just to make her day better. But this pretty much concludes the beginning of our story. So we'll continue our not our daily vlogs, but trying to post once a week. Hopefully next week we can include all the kids and get more on a basic vlog schedule where we're posting making recordings throughout the week, and that way y'all can see more of our daily life.
So thank y'all for watching. We want to also thank y'all for watching our first video. I know it was like 45 seconds, but we just kind of wanted to put something out there to kind of introduce our channel to everyone. But yeah, thank y'all very much for tuning in. Again, if y'all have any questions, now that we've kind of gave y'all a little bit of our story, feel free to comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see y'all next video.
See you.
Bye.